The Last Guardian reviews are finally here. I will run them through, discuss their bad and their good points, and I'll of course show you the Metacritic score at the end. Let's first look at a very positive review here over on GameSpot, reviewed by Peter Brown. He completed the game in 13 hours, so pretty good. Okay, let's look at the good points here from Peter Brown. He says that the game has incredible animation, subtle puzzles that teach you to be observant. Of course, you move like with the nameless boy, and you of course have to do things where Trico the beast will come towards you. You have to figure stuff out together. You have to escape this ruin, this cave. Breathtaking level design, so the caves and the ruins that you discover are very good. Packed with tense and heartfelt moments. Of course, the beast is like Trico is. Man, he looks so awesome. And of course, from the trailers, from everything we saw, we already saw these heartfelt moments. Portrays an unforgettable relationship between Trico and the nameless boy. Some bad things, and one thing we will see, like in many reviews, basic button prompt persists to the end, so the controls are not that good. It's of course a game that was in development since 2007. And of course from Team Ico Games we of course had Shadow of the Colossus, and if you remember those controls, well, they were also not as good. Not something you come to expect from that type of game. Anyway, occasional slowdown is also a bad point here in this review. And I can imagine that when you, for example, have to wait for Trico or something like that. Anyway, let's look at other reviews. Next up is the IGN review. They gave the game a 7 with a lot of highs and a lot of lows. Let's look at what they thought. So first they say that Trico is really an awesome character. They really felt that this is the most personal and most life-full AI companion in a game like ever. The game is, like I said, 13 to 12 hours long, and they said that the final 90 minutes made the whole thing worth it. So there were some annoying parts. One of those things were the controls, like the GameSpot review also mentioned, especially the poor camera. That didn't help as well. So the outdoor areas in The Last Guardian are really awesome, but when you go inside, the graphics are not that good, but also the camera just doesn't move really well. It's rare to even have to think about the camera in a third-person game in 2016. That's what the review wrote. It can be bad, especially in indoor areas, like I said. Also, some other things that he didn't like. Countless times where I had mentally solved a puzzle and knew exactly what to do, only to find Trico subordinately refused to go to the spot I needed him to go to. So that's also like, you can't control Trico, so to have him not listen to what you say can be super annoying. I can totally see that. The Polygon review mentions kind of the same points, even the waiting game, like what I said, with that you have to wait for Trico to get to a point. They even describe it as putting down your controller for 5 till 10 minutes, move away, come back and see that Trico finally went to the point that you want him to. That's not very good. So Polygon is also talking about a lot of highs and also a lot of lows. And sometimes it feels like a game on a modern hardware that is like really good on the PlayStation 4. And in some cases it feels like a PlayStation 2 game with the wonky controls and the camera that is just not as good. An unpolished PS2 game, to be exact. That's not very good. So of course you have to think about, okay, do I like Team Ico games? I think that if you like them, you kind of know these wonky controls from Shadow of the Colossus and stuff like that. If you think, oh man, I love Trico so much, I want to go on an adventure with him, I think that this is your game. But if you don't really like solving puzzles and wonky controls, like games that don't really live in the current times, that if you played like, for example, Watch Dogs third-person game, no problem with the camera at all, this feels like a step back. Anyway, let's look at the meta score. Let's see what all the critics combined think of this game at the time of this recording. And of course, this recording was just a few minutes after the reviews hit. It's an 82 right now, the reviews for The Last Guardian, which is of course super good. Let's look at some reviews. Hardcore Gamer gave the game a 100, GameBlock.fr gives the game a 100 as well. Gamer.no gives the game an 80. Polygon 75, we already went over that. There are still some reviews missing here, of course, but right now it sits at an 82, which of course super good for a game.